Stick around to hear about the giveaway we're doing as part of this video. I hope you enjoy this one. Let's get into the details. So today we're looking at what I would consider to be the best bang for your buck in the glass pad space at the moment, and that is the Wraith Esports Cosmic Glass V2 control. Mine specifically is the Japan edition, but there are lots of different options on the website. So these pads do come in lots of different options. You kind of configure it as you go through the website. So you can put on your pad, the different colors. So there's black, there's purple. Those are the two sort of main block colorways you can get. And then hopefully they'll run another limited drop of the Japan edition because it's really cool. So you can also choose whether you want a speed surface or a control surface. I personally went for the control surface because, as I've said in my previous videos, glass is glass. Even control glass pads are fast, especially when you compare it to a cloth pad that you might have tried before. So I would always opt for the control option. And I also went for the silicone corner feet. So a couple of weeks later it arrived, I unboxed it. It was exactly as I imagined. The box was quite cool. It was nice to have a box to be able to put it back into and store it away when I'm not using it. And I was really surprised actually at how good this pad was for the money. So the pad cost me about £55, and I'd consider that to be the price barrier to entry, completely just abolished, removed, completely done with, because that's just as much as you'd pay for some premium cloth pads at the moment. So I was really impressed actually with the price of this pad, and I bought mine, by the way. I didn't get sent mine. I have had a really good time with it so far. For that reason, for the fact that it's so cheap, I think this pad is the perfect pad for you to buy if you are tempted to try a glass surface, because it's not going to break the bank and it's actually a very good performer. It performs better than any of my other glass pads. So bear in mind, I've got ceramic pads too, and I do prefer my ceramic pads still, but this glass surface is the best glass surface I have tried. And I'll explain to you why. Typically, people buy a glass mouse pad because they want to experience a really fast and open and free mouse pad experience. So, you move your mouse and you don't feel any drag from the surface. And that's what you get from a glass mouse pad. The only issue with that I've experienced, particularly with the faster pads, which, for example, the Skypad, is that when you get to the end of your swipe, the mouse can sometimes wiggle around a bit and it can wander off target just because there's no stopping power or no feedback from the surface necessarily. What they've managed to do with the Wraith Esports is they've given you a little bit of feedback so you can stop on a dime. So you get that really fast glide on the surface, really low static and dynamic friction, but somehow when you come to a stop, it really stops. So you don't get that wriggle at the end of your swipes. So to summarize very quickly the performance characteristics of the Wraith Esports Cosmic Glass V2 control, I would use the Razer Atlas and the Skypad as the comparison. So at one side, you've got the Skypad with the insane speed and the very limited stopping power. Okay, in the middle, you've got the Razer Atlas with slightly lower speed, but with increased control. So, we're talking small margins here, but there is more control on the Razer Atlas. And then that same gap again, which was noticeable between the Skypad and the Atlas, you have the Wraith Esports Cosmic Glass over here with the same speed, I would say, as the Atlas, but with that same gap in control once more in terms of stopping power. So it's a really, really good pad, in multiple scenarios. You can use it in your tracking games, you can use it in your TAC FPS games, your clicking scenarios, multiple legends in Overwatch. It's a really solid pad. I would really recommend it to those of you that are maybe a little bit nervous about entering into the glass pad space and would value having that additional control. So hopefully that answers your performance questions. Drop a comment down below if you have anything else you'd like me to answer. Another thing that's commonly asked when it comes to glass pads is, do you need to wear a sleeve? And I would say 100% yes, although there are some people out there that use glass pads without sleeves, and I wish I was able to do that, but I can't. So I have just released a video talking you through sleeves, different options, why you might want to wear one. So if you're a little bit skeptical as to whether you're going to benefit from them or not, check that one out. I'll stick a link to it somewhere, and that might help you decide which one is the right one for you. So am I maining the Wraith Esports pad? And I'm not, actually. And the reason for that is because I prefer to use TJ Exclusives products. And I've got 2 of their pads at the moment, and I'm really enjoying them. And I'm gonna wrap all of these up in a future comparison video to go through why I like ceramic versus glass and which ceramic pad is better than the others, etc., etc. So stick around for that if you want to see that in a future video. But the downside to the TJ exclusive pads is that they are very expensive when compared to this option. And that ultimately is why, if you are unsure that you want to buy a glass pad, this is probably your best option at the moment, unless you want to dive in at the deep end and go for that premium product with TJ exclusives, in which case I can hook you up with a code. If I had not come across TJ exclusives products, this would be my favorite glass pad without a shadow of a doubt. I perform very well on it when compared to my other glass pads. It's just, unfortunate for this pad that I had found TJ exclusives, because it's just what I prefer to use. It's all preference at the end of the day. So bear that in mind. Keep an eye on the Wraith Esports website. I think they're going to get more stock soon, and you'll be able to buy your own pads, at this incredible price point. I don't think anything's going to beat it anytime soon. It would be a really good time to jump in. And they do run out of stock quite quick, so don't lose out there. I'd also really appreciate it if you could give Wraith Esports a big thumbs up in the comment section down below. Maybe send them some love on Twitter. And you may be asking why. It's because they've offered to sponsor a giveaway as part of this video review. So if you want a chance to win one of these pads, like the video, maybe consider subscribing to the channel and click on the link in the description below for the giveaway. And I'll ask you for some details, and I'll reach out to you in a couple of weeks if you're lucky enough to have won. All right, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Stick around for more. There'll be some more glass pad comparison stuff going on in the future, and we'll be talking soon. Ciao bella, peace.